HOA Karen. The reign of suburbia. Karen Thompson adjusted the pearl necklace around her neck, smoothing out the collar of her pastel cardigan as she stepped onto her porch. The morning air carried the scent of freshly cut grass, and the rhythmic hum of sprinklers played like a suburban symphony. She took a deep breath, savoring the perfection of Oakwood Estates, a neighborhood that thrived under her watchful eye. To outsiders, Oakwood Estates was an idyllic place, a picture-perfect suburban paradise with neatly trimmed hedges, symmetrical flower beds, and driveways free of oil stains or unsightly basketball hoops. To Karen, it was more than a neighborhood. It was her kingdom, and she was its queen. She scanned the cul-de-sac, clipboard in hand, her sharp eyes darting from house to house. The Andersons' lawn was edging dangerously close to regulation height. The Petersons' recycling bin had been left out an extra hour past the allotted window last week. And then, of course, there were the new neighbors, the Johnsons. Karen pursed her lips, a storm brewing behind her icy blue eyes. The Johnsons had only been in Oakwood Estates for a week, but already, they were proving to be problematic. Their mailbox was 2 shades darker than the approved HOA beige. Their curtains were an appalling shade of red, a color that did not belong in a neighborhood committed to neutral aesthetics. And worst of all, she had seen their teenage son bouncing a basketball in the driveway past 8 p.m. It was time for a reminder. Karen marched down the sidewalk, her sensible heels clicking against the pavement with military precision. She approached the Johnsons' house, noting with growing horror that their grass was slightly uneven. She clicked her pen and scribbled furiously onto her clipboard. Non-compliance. Violation. Play notice imminent. She rang the doorbell and stepped back, squaring her shoulders. It took a moment before the door swung open, revealing Lisa Johnson, a woman in her mid-40s with tired eyes and a welcoming, albeit wary, smile. "Good morning, Karen," Lisa said, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "Lisa," Karen replied, her tone clipped. "I wanted to personally welcome you to Oakwood Estates." Lisa raised an eyebrow. "You already did. Twice." Karen's smile was tight. "Yes, well, I believe in ensuring new residents feel properly informed." She glanced down at her clipboard, tapping her perfectly manicured nails against the paper. "I couldn't help but notice a few issues with your property. I wanted to bring them to your attention before they become, shall we say, escalated matters." Lisa sighed. "Let me guess. The mailbox. And the curtains," Karen added. "Red is a very bold choice. Not exactly in keeping with the aesthetic harmony of the neighborhood." Lisa crossed her arms. "We like red." Karen's smile did not waver, but there was an unmistakable hardness behind it. The HOA guidelines are quite clear. Neutral tones promote a sense of community cohesion. "Community cohesion," Lisa repeated, her voice laced with amusement. "Or uniformity." Karen ignored the comment, flipping through her clipboard. "I'll give you until the end of the week to make the necessary adjustments. And please remind your son that basketball is not permitted in driveways past 8 p.m. Noise levels must be kept to a minimum." Lisa exhaled slowly, rubbing her temples. "It's a basketball, Karen. He's not throwing wild parties." "Rules are rules," Karen said, her voice saccharine sweet but firm. "And they apply to everyone." Lisa met her gaze, something unreadable flickering in her eyes. "Right. Well, thanks for stopping by." Karen hesitated for a moment, waiting for a further response, but Lisa simply smiled, nodded, and closed the door. As Karen turned and walked back to her house, her stomach twisted with a feeling she did not like, defiance. She had dealt with rule breakers before, of course, but there was something about the Johnsons that set her teeth on edge. She made a mental note to keep a close eye on them. Oakwood Estates had rules, and under her watch, they would be followed. Little did she know, the Johnsons had no intention of falling in line. And soon, her perfect world was about to unravel.